Hello everyone, hello, this is Gnomes. Here we're gonna start something that I hope will be thrilling. It's this is episode 8 of My Little Pony. It's a fanfic animated web series and it's 3D animation. This is a 3 minutes long scene I've removed. So I'm still in the first half, but this is about limited economical 3D animation solution to animation web series. Oh, and we have a lot of folks here. Okay, so Rivera, hello Rivera. I think Brandon is also there. Zach Hyde first to join. So Rivera is the one of the script writers. How are you doing, Rivera? Actually, he's the only script writer that is in the project, co-author of the project. And Brandon is the producer, the director, and actually he's also a character here. So the thing here that's usually I've been streaming some weeks ago in the Discord channel of server, right, of Brandon, the Brony Pony Productions. You can find in video description the link for the it's a YouTube channel, right, with a lot of followers, and it's now we're revamping the series thanks to new additions to the team like Rivera to the script writing and also a lot of animators. I'm just one of the animators. There are about 10 more. So here I'm okay. So what's going here is that I've made the 3D layout. This is, we're not gonna watch, this is, I removed every single keyframe for, this was, yeah, we see the camera, well, don't say that, I removed the camera to keyframe. So we have here one shot. This is shot 09, or 08. So this is where I start to build more economical animation. Let's play and see what we get here. But I can play here, we need to get this range, okay? Also, maybe because this could be a bit didactic, let's get to the viewport, and where is the screencast keys? Yes, no, extension, all right.
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunshine. I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunshine. I need.
Okay, so we see there is an audio track, and this is, let's play like this. And so this is to see the camera, and here sometimes we will see from other angles. So it doesn't really matter, right? At least in an economical production, 3D animation, I think in general animation, if some asset doesn't show in the camera or it's not causing any problem to, it's okay to disrupt things in very weird ways. Usually we don't need this all the time, but occasionally that happens. And then the best solution is to just sometimes even change an asset of position. I'm avoiding this kind of radical thing, but sometimes I admit that could be useful. Um, I'm trying usually to frame the camera, so the 3D layout already with the shots that we've got. So here, let's play it again.
Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunshine. I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunshine.
Okay, there's some so I'm just showing what we got here. So this is for Brandon. This is a Rigify rig with some custom face rig and some pose assets for the lip sync at least. And then this is another character. Let's see the chat. Okay, nothing new in the chat. So here, and this is Blitz Strike is the first scene when scene 2 of episode 8 where he appears, and this is yeah. So the okay, so this is economical animation, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this in 3D because it's challenging, right? It's too mechanical, and if we okay, I have just 30 seconds. I'll just have to turn off here. Yeah, never mind. Let's get 4. Okay. Okay. So
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine. I need some help.
it doesn't matter too much how this thing shows here because I was making the animation already on the framing here, right? And it's a long distance shot, so really, you see, Brandon is. We don't see his face, so I didn't even lip sync him.
Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine.
And this is a way to get economical animation already from the storyboard, the layout, maybe the script even, or the 3D layout in this case, right? So
I need some help. Listen, Blitz.
and see what we have here. Just gonna show some what I did here. So if I remember properly, so basically you see some anticipation, then action, then maybe some reaction. This is like extrapolation, and then yeah, the getting the few intentions for what he's talking.
I need some help. Listen.
I need some help. Yeah, then some movement on the torso. Probably there's some keyframes here. Not everything needs to be keyframed all the time, right? So this is the approach I'm making.
Listen, Blitz, you're a good
Fingers, yeah, fingers are very important, but it's a long shot. So here I just got, yeah, they probably get some curvature here, but you see, yeah, there was some good amount of keyframe, yeah. So, but we don't see too much, right? So,
Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine.
and then final shot, we barely see this, right? But it will be, yeah.
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine. I need.
So it's like he start to get a bit nervous, right? So and that's yeah, I think this is just a so there are like one intention, one,
Listen, Blitz, you're a good.
two, there's a micro intention here, main intention, three intentions, yeah, maybe two to four intentions a total here for Brandon, and all the body follows up, right?
You're a good friend of mine.
And for Blitz Strike, oh, is I didn't try to mimic the timing, right? He has his own timing, right? So, because it's simple like this. Visually, yes, but not like exact, right? They are not interacting, so there's not so much important. And because he's facing the camera, right? So maybe glimpse or expressions on the like on this is not all the time, right? And yeah, so
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine. I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine. I need some help.
yeah, so he's playing with. Unfortunately, I like the things that happen here on his face, but
You're a good friend of mine.
yes,
Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine.
yeah, I'm a good friend of Sunset.
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of mine. I need.
So this could be avoided, of course, or maybe I could reframe here to get more interested. It's a shame, but to lose this, but maybe because this will be rendered later in, it will be augmented to 2K, maybe more. I'm not sure. Brandon would know. So maybe something here appears from the distance. We'll see that he's blinking. So I think this is relevant. It was not too hard to make. It's just a shame that, yeah. So at least he's moving a little. Okay, now let's go for the next shot. And already from here.
You happen to have a glorious
Oops.
You happen to have a glorious
Okay, so here is where I stopped. So what's happening here?
You happen to have a glorious You happen to have.
So I'm not trying to push these expressions like too much, like it's just the minimum or barely a bit more than the minimum, but just getting very simple anticipation, extrapolation sometimes, and even some holds in 3D animation. It's not devised to, and also whenever there's some sort of mechanical motion, I try to avoid. Like this hand doesn't look very nice here. I think it's going straight. I think if we check here, selected keys. Let's see, hand eye key, this and this. I just want to see its motion path. I need to be careful because the motion path in Blender sucks. Yeah, it's horrible. It's sluggish as hell, and they can't help. It's been improving, but you know it's not good. Sometimes you just have to avoid. Yeah, so this is a straight line, linear interpolation. Of course not. Maybe it's not. No, it's doing a curve. That's not. Yeah, it's doing a curve, but not in the direction of the camera, right? So we're gonna just make a breakdown, real breakdown here, so that we can get. Look at this. Okay, so and also maybe something like here. So yeah, the curvature in relation to the, of course, the camera frame. So now
Rainbow.
let's see again.
Blurry selection of rainbow.
Yeah, a bit
You
better.
happen to have blurry. You happen to have blurry selection of rainbow. You happen to have blurry selection of rainbow. You happen to have blurry
Yeah, we
selection of
could
rainbow.
do then. I think for the end, it's annoying that the hand stops too fast. So we're just gonna try to smooth this out with some sort of push, relax. Never use this thing. Don't even know. There's not enough information. Alt E is it? Relax pose. No, it's Alt E. All right, interesting. Or maybe I've made this one right. So this would be the end at this position. And if I do Alt E here, I can't get it 0. It's like nothing. No, it is. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna relax from here. Exactly. But does that it will take more time to? No. It didn't seem to had sluggered out. It doesn't seem to have improved what I wanted, so maybe the breakdown will be the best way to go. So just gonna, I want to change the curves for this.
Rainbow.
Yeah, no, apparently the only way for this will be to change the curves. I hope that we could achieve this with this kind of trick, but apparently, no, this will make it faster, right? I see. Okay, maybe we need to augment the amount of keyframes for, yeah, let's try this.
Rainbow. You happen to have blurry selection of rainbow.
Yeah, no, I don't like. So basically, this is a curve thing, and I'm not gonna bother with that. Yeah, not in the straight. Maybe I could do this somewhere else, but it's yeah. As long as I don't need to change the, I use the curve editor for the splines, right, for the camera motion, because it's important to have this kind of control. But for character animation, in my understanding, for the most part, I was sure I was able to do something about here at keyframe, but no, never mind. Anyways,
You happen to have blurry selection of rainbow.
okay, so what this shot is also completed, right?
You happen to have
But there
blurry
was a
selection of
problem.
rainbow. You happen to have blurry selection of
You see
rainbow.
his mouth
You
is
happen to have blurry selection of rainbow.
is too fast, and this
You happen to
was
have
happening because
blurry
I
selection
wasn't able to. You
of
see the
rainbow.
FPS
You happen to
here,
have blurry
still very bad, right? Of course, we can improve this by maybe taking off this.
selection of rainbow.
Not very helpful. What about outline? Let's take off everything here.
You happen to have blurry selection of
Yeah,
rainbow.
no, also not. So it's not this nor this. Cavity, probably this.
You happen to have blurry
Yeah, this certainly. So maybe I'll have to go
selection of
radical.
rainbow. You have
Really, this doesn't help. So random.
happen to have blurry selection of rainbow.
Yes. So the textures really are
You happen
bad,
to have blurry selection of rainbow.
and without the proper timing here, if DF,
You happen
I just am not able to see if the timing of these things are good or not, right? So this is
to
why I
have blurry selection.
need to find whichever, maybe flat here,
You happen to
still
have
not.
blurry.
Yeah. So object,
Let your brain melt.
by removing all the keyframes from what went before, like 30 seconds of massive animation that were not really economical, to some extent not too much economical, very different than what I'm doing right now, right? So I'm pressing economical limited animation from the 3D layout, right? And from the 3D animation as well. So it helped the FPS to reduce because the scene, as long as I keep building keyframes, right, it keeps getting slower. Okay, so
Let your brain melt.
yeah, so I splitting the files, right? So then I use the video sequencer editor to then recombine the render final cycles rendered scenes or sequence of shots to get them recombined, so that works. The problem is that if we have some assets that we add to one file that don't add to the other, that could be annoying. But the scene is very big and complex, so if I kept animating, my frame rate will suck. Then it will be impossible to do lip sync properly, right? So this something depending also on computer, but Blender also has this problem. It's very heavy sometimes. Okay, so let's see here if I
You
can
have enough
fix
floors. Let
this
your brain
timing.
melt. You have enough floors.
What else can I do here to, yeah, maybe
Let your brain melt. You have enough floors.
18 FPS,
Let your
17, 18, I think
brain
it
melt.
should be okay. So I need to hide everything here. Create layers. Let's just set not for the face, right? The root, I don't want the root to be showing because it can break the animation very easily when we're changing the right routing constant interpolation usually.
You
So
have enough floors. Let your brain melt.
yeah, so I already, the bad thing is that I already tried to reduce this lip sync with by just showing the vowels, but focus on the vowels, but it was not sufficient apparently. So I have to, okay, I have to do step by step. And here, this is very, yeah, it's tedious, but it's necessary. In my assessment, it will be too bad. It's also a sort of a close-up. So you need this scrubbing sync, yes.
You have enough floors. You have enough floors.
Oh, yeah, okay. So maybe we can start this later.
You have
Why I have more things showing here than needed? Okay, we can, I'm gonna just show the following. So select Visim, selective, select Shift H, there we go. And this is someone else's rig. Okay, let's see, we have something in the chat. By the way, see, I plan to have you work on episode 10 eventually. Nice. What happens in that episode 10? Oh, episode, not scene 10, episode 10. Great. And you'll be happy to know that episode 10 is the shortest episode in the Rivera. Nice. Meaning it will probably be super fast. Yeah, great. So I hope I'll be ready there when it's start. When do you think that episode 10 production would start, Brandon? Okay, so this thing here, it's difficult to watch here, but if I change this also, I won't be able to, let's see, oh, let's get a simpler one, turn this off.
You have enough floors.
Yeah, so it's still good.
You have enough floors. Let your brain melt. You have enough floors. Let your brain melt.
And see last tweak to the limited animation, right? Yeah. Smirk side, smirk, right? Okay, so okay, let's go back. So I want to complete this lip sync because I've been trying to tackle this, and then I figured out that the problem was the FPS, right? Can't animate with FPS because then I can't need to render to test
You
it.
have enough.
I need the real time here, FPS, otherwise. And Brandon talks too fast here in the record, so this is why this particular thing needs to be solved in a very peculiar way. This doesn't happen all the time yet. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna push forward, right? I'm gonna remove this. Let's remove this keyframe. So I just have these bones of the lip sync, whatever matters for the lip sync enable. So let's start with U and let's extrapolate this. Actually, no. Let's start with a. Where is the? It's here. So I have a problem with the libraries here, so it's not showing very well, but here it is. So it's this one for Brendan. Yeah, it's E, but we're gonna simplify. So start with, no, we start with the closed mouth, right? So is the standard, the, hold on, let's get two, right? Let's get one row here. This setting doesn't get default. It's now I have to, okay, here we go. So I want the, not this one. It's hard to see. So neutral, I need to keyframe better this thing. Not keyframe, the thumbnails need to be better. Okay, here it's not sufficient to do this. So I need to keyframe everything with all the vizims tone selected. Okay, then now I press here and then keyframe for everything, for all the balls, and now no mistake. Also, let's do this here just in case the Shift D, actually Shift D, can that work? Control F, no, doesn't work. Yeah, it's a problem in Blender. Okay, anyways, we don't want this, don't want this. We're gonna delay this one. We don't want that. This is probably a have, right? This one. I'm gonna just pull it here. Yeah. So this is the beginning. You Now this interpolation of U is not good for some reason. So I think I'm gonna just keyframe everything like middle term, right? It's weird, but I think this works. Yeah. No, it doesn't really work. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna duplicate this and retain U. And for some reason here, okay, this is where I want U. Okay, you have, here is just ignore. Have, I want to have this one. Yes. So I'm gonna hold this for a moment. Yeah, so see, it will be a little more spiky, this animation. You have, delete, remove this. I also gonna delay this because the interpolation doesn't really work very well. So I need to force the interpolation this way, like a hold, right? Yeah, so this is a very different aspect. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, now we have more information. Ain't that the truth? My internet died. So sad. Now I'm back. Welcome back, Zach Hyde. Also, I'm doing fine. Okay, great, great. Just okay. Yeah, it's very fun. Worse, right? Yeah, it's great. Nice. So then, yeah, see, well, episode 10 will basically be about Candy Heart, Lightning Star's sister taking me to a nightclub. Nightclub. Ah, that could be a, well, challenging for the crowd, right? We need a better strategy for this, but yeah, that sounds thrilling. Hold on. Okay. Thanks. Again, now continue here. You happen. Oh, this is not heavy. You happen to have. You happen. So hap is like the. It's have happen. No, doesn't make sense. Let's just try a boom thing here, like this one, right? Frame that, and I grab this, duplicate here. Here it will be. I can remove all this. We want. Let's try to get this one here. Insert keyframe. You happen. Okay, there's a void. Happen to. Okay, remove this. I think this is the one that whichever is goes here. So this is the vseams for all this stuff. We're gonna duplicate it here. Let's hold. Okay, let's see. We can also see something here. Oh, this is too fast, right? It's about here. So we're gonna remove all this because I think it's not worth. I'm gonna remove everything, but I need to see it's mapping what I've already done, so it's not totally useless. Let's this one now. Okay, well, I want to let's expand this to here and yes, have nothing here. This is just trying to correct some clipping that happens in this rig for some reason, or I'm not sure how to use this. This I made these pose assets myself because I wasn't able to animate this properly with the original rig with the bones, right, that were given in a panel. Oh, it's a very peculiar rig, interesting rig. I reused it for some other thing, but for the lip sync, I prefer those assets, right? So this yes have a okay here. So in principle, with this right have a this maybe it's sooner. Yeah, it's already opening his map. And here's Glorious. Gonna skip the Glorious. We're gonna go straight to the O. This is a R, the vsim that I've made. I think it is forgotten. It was forgotten, or so. I was already got practice with that. So this Brandon's version of the rig has got the R. It look a bit weird, but it's funny. It's like gives some. So it existed in Sunset's rig, but here in Brandon it forgot. So it's forgotten. So sometimes it happens. Yeah, I need to other people to revise stuff right in this production assets because especially rig models because sometimes you don't have the time to test every single thing in the rig. Yeah, it happens all the time. So it's not. Yeah. Okay, so here, you see, this is the interpolation that I don't want. So we need to get a O shape here. Glorious, glorious, or yeah, sorry, no. Instead of glorious, oros, maybe I cut off the E as well. So oros, not glorious, but oros. I think that will work. So we're gonna get this O here. I'm gonna keyframe here, and here this happens. Instead, I'm just gonna bring this keyframe here, and I'm gonna duplicate here. Not working, so I'm gonna. So it's a hold. It's maybe too fast. No, it was. Yeah, it's just a bit snappy, but I think it's much better than snappy and super electric fast how it was before. So okay, maybe there's a bit of timing here that is wrong, but or not exactly matching, but the feeling sounds good now. We'll see the when I make the whip for rendering, by the way. Yeah, so trail to start animating this next scene. Now I want to complete this scene, right? So this will take, yeah, almost done here. And then we're gonna go for next shot, and then we're gonna do finally some economic display, limited and 3D animation, right? From scratch. Okay, you see the rainbow was already fixed. This was already fixed from the because it was easy. Like the others, rain, and right. This is a rain, bow, bow, and then some smoothness here. This was a sort of breakdown, right? More not a breakdown, like those creepy breakdown, not real breakdown, just a breakdowner thing, right? Somewhat. And then get this suddenly. Okay, I think this is done. Yeah, just something weird. This is works. Lips sound super thin here. It doesn't look very nice, right? So it's weird. I think it's a problem in the interpolation. I think it happens here and there. I'm gonna try to cut that just because I'm not sure right now what's going on. So I'm gonna just get this thing here. Okay, I think there is this frame here, which I'm not sure what this is, but it's the R interpolation. Okay, I'm gonna just. Okay, I think I can just then do something closer to here. So yeah, let's do a breakdowner here. So it smooths out this stuff. Shouldn't be doing this, but yeah, it's turns out that it helps. So let's just I think not saving. I think there's another one. Maybe this one. Yeah. No, probably don't. Okay, I think this is just good now.
You have enough voice. What you bring up?
And he really talks fast. So I think now this is good. Although the
You have
FPS here for me is still not, uh,
enough voice. What you
yeah, it's
bring
at
up?
18, 19, sometimes 20.
You have enough voice. What you bring up?
It should be at least 20, at least 25% better than what it was before, which should, maybe was okay. I don't think it was okay, but now it should be fine. I think you need mouth positions for the sounds. It won't look as fast, but it will fit into the audio track. Welcome, Bad Cop Igor. What do you need mouth positions for the sound? Because this is actually mouth positions in terms of keyframes, right? It's just that these keyframes, they don't have icons, right? Unfortunately. Do you know? I know pose assets, mount positions, regimes, mount positions. I can't just add these markers everywhere, right? I don't have a X sheet like traditional animation, right? To do the dope sheet for mount positions on the timeline, right? So markers could do, but it's like the problem is that if I have to manually set every single position, like it takes some time, right? For this is not good, right? So the problem that here is that I had to retake it. This is why it's easier when you just start from scratch and you don't have the timing FPS interfering, that you know what's doing. So this strategy, but yeah, so I don't understand what technique, because you could use, there would be various ways to find these mount positions. I don't really trust the this thing that they call the what is the name of this thing? Yeah, you know, the thing in the time that can scrubbing. I don't really trust that. It works, it helps, but it's not that. Sometimes it's just because sometimes the vizim that works is not the one, the sound. Usually, you know, this idea that you delay, you get a bit of delay. The image appears first than the sound, so usually that looks good, while the inverse not. So there are many tricks about lip sync. It's not just is also something about the animation style. They want the lip sync to be snappier, like maybe anime. Not that anime is snappier, but yeah, very very crude, as I say. That you don't have a lot of VSMs in anime usually, while in cartoon, Occidental cartoon, there's a lot of these shapes. Mouth shapes is very nice, and they do very good on that. There are different approach, right? There's not a single way to do that, but so here, because he's talking too fast and I'm going for this economical animation, and because I'm struggling a bit with Brandon's rig, right? So in spite of having the pose assets, I have to figure out a solution for this. And for now, this should do. But for yeah, next, if you could explain a little better, I would know which kind of because I don't see anyone on. There was a add-on that existed. I think it was paid, rhubarb, something like this, or maybe it was free. I don't know, but it's very old. Apparently, it's not supported. Blender is missing some serious. It was good for grease pencil, but why? Blender, sorry, is missing serious lip sync support, because it's all the tutorials they are about it. It's with resources. It's real not the thing, right? That rhubarb, I think, is the top thing. And there are some extension that I still have to access. So, but rhubarb is too old. I think it was paid, and but it really got the essential what you need for professional lip sync. And so currently it is a disgrace to Blender, right? Animation. I animate shorts for YouTube channels myself, and now YouTube showed me your stream. I decided to. Oh, thanks. Nice. Shorts. Ah, that's nice. Can you show me your shorts? I'm interested. I think it's very interesting. I've been very curious about animators doing like a mini web series, stuff like that with shorts. Like it's a very interesting format. Um, okay, so interesting to know what. Yeah, I'm gonna check your uh, your channel, but feel free to share if you if you feel like to. So
Maybe, just maybe, you happen to have stories to let your brain go. Maybe,
okay, so finally, folks, let's go for next shot here. Don't crash. Okay, so now we're gonna attempt
maybe, just
textures. Yeah,
maybe,
look at the FPS. How hard. Okay, so but I need to see this at least for now, right? Let's get the rigs. So now I don't want this face stuff. Let's go for just the this stuff. So this should I keep these positions? It's a reframing, right? It doesn't look good, right? I don't like this framing of his head, nor blitz strikes. I don't want to change the camera. Let's see what they are talking here. What happens? This shot 09A, so it's was not counted. It's like a reframing shot. So
maybe, maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe, maybe,
let's see
just
what they are talking overall, because I need to know their intentions. Oops, not here. Start here.
you happen to have stories to let your brain go. Maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to create a sunset with a little bit of hair use a bubble. You happen to have stories to let your brain go.
Okay, I got it. So that other character there is Rainbow Dashy there, and she is gonna cause Rick havoc onto him. This strike.
Maybe,
Okay, as usually pranks people like so. And make sure. Okay, so let's go for this. I start with Brandon because he's the one talking anyways. So this his performance is the most important here.
maybe, just maybe,
I think I want something here. So let's start with some serious. I will also keyframe the face here, maybe primary. No, we have some. Yes, so the eyes, the eyebrows, a lot of things here that I wouldn't like to keyframe indeed. So yeah, let's ignore the face right now. It's bad, but no. Why do we still have this panel? Because this panel is from it's from another armature thing, right? It's not good. Yeah, why do I have this? No, I think I've joined it, so. Oh yeah, it is being, it's not in Rigify. It should be on face, I guess. That's it. So I have to hide it. Although I'm gonna use it. I have to need it soon, right? Like, have some. Yeah, it's a mess. So I need to reorganize this stuff. Okay, do I want to hide stuff here? Also, this Rigify is lacking the solo thing. This is nightmare. Okay, this is the default, right? And it doesn't bring this star. All right, so we get that. Yeah, actually, let's just keyframe this, folks. Let's start keyframing all this. The root. No, we don't bother with the root. Although, okay, let's just keyframe the root also. But then we don't need it again. Now we're gonna hide those things. Look for. Is there some? Yeah, Vizim stuff. I think the bones are. Some bones might be in some place and some. Yeah, this is a serious problem. Okay, let's. Okay, he's talking. Let's just keyframe everything then. Okay, but because there will be lip sync, I also need to. I would organize this differently. I'll disorganize them also because I was okay. Let's do this. That's why when you start to do the animation, you have to find out sometimes which rig layers you need um, yeah, to show and not show. I was organizing this for him differently. You need sometimes to test the rigs and see what you really need on occasions. This rig panel was a different armature object, but then I joined on my personal uh, Brandon rig model asset because I'm using animation with the slotted actions. This is a single action for all these objects. I don't want extra objects. No, thank you. So if I can get a single armature for one character, that's enough, right? No, although I understand for rigging with Rigify, it makes sense to have a double armature, but in terms of using this method with stacking channels here of objects, it's better to convert everything into a single armature object, in my opinion. But anyways, so I have to end fixing this stuff, at least for me, right? So but if other animators like it, maybe can. We need to have some conversation of what method might be better because the problem is that if we have rigs that, this is my personal vision, right? If we have rigs that serve the purpose for one animator but doesn't serve the purpose for like if it's half and a half, like you have 10 animators, then 5 like one way, 5 don't like this. They have usually everyone has their preference. It's better to have then okay, let's make two versions, right? Split, right? One that will get this feature and this one that will have that feature. But anyways, okay, let's see the time this wastes to fix then if you don't understand what's going on and you're trying to figure out how to make this thing work for you. You have to adapt to the rig. No, the rig also needs to be adapted to the animator, right? So a good rig. So you need to have an understanding of the team, right, of the animators, their backgrounds, what they work. So otherwise, right. Anyways, what I'm doing here? Yes, yes. So sorry, folks. So let's get this keyframe. Yes. So I didn't want to keyframe all that, but I just won't be picking bone by bone here because it's garbage, right? I'm just gonna have to, it's garbage to have to do this. So I'm gonna just have to reorganize this in our situation. Let's yes. Okay, of course I don't want to deal with, I want the expressions, right? So first of all,
Maybe, just maybe,
okay, so I think I'm gonna start his expression differently because yeah, it's economic animation. Let's just do a mirror thing here. We'll be kind of happy. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah, let's do this. Like, why not, right? And then now this, I'm not using this too much. But okay, then I get this thing. Let's see what else can we do here. So yeah, let's try. Yeah, let's try this. It's not okay. I don't get the, yeah, okay. So is GX on local. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get this expression here, but apparently we need to keyframe both here. Okay, right, just to make sure I get this. Also, the frame is here. To look at this, we need this. All right. The gaze, it's not exactly good. We're gonna change here already, making sure we are in the beginning. Yes. Okay, something like this. Then
maybe.
this affected the other. Okay, so to prevent this garbage thing, we need to yeah, so there was a bone that I, yeah, this bone, right? So we need to reset this bone, right? Okay. And also these ones, reset these ones. Yeah, so this is my mistake. So this is a problem in Blender. There is no way to um, shut off, right? There was even a proposition that someone made these days, but it was eliminated. Um, we can't disable the keyframe interpolation from this keyframe to whatever comes before. This is why if I start making keyframes here without having keyframed everything here, let's do this, then I will just disrupt whatever I had done before it with interpolation, unwanted interpolations. So we cannot turn off the interpolation backwards. We can do this forward with the action directly, but we can do that pretty much, I think, in the NLA editor, but I'm not using for this shot here. We need that. We need this in the keyframe, right? All right, let's see here.
Maybe, just
See, all right, seems to be fine. So you see the reframing, we have some change. So
Maybe.
I'm gonna make also a change to this his head because I want him to, or actually to his whole torso, because I want him to be, yes. And before anything terrible happens, we're gonna also do the same here. I'm gonna keyframe everything here. And we're gonna keyframe everything here before something terrible happens. This is what we need, right? Now, yeah, let's for a moment, let's hide this, right? No, it doesn't hide what, okay, my Blender crashed, great. Let's do this again, hold on. Right, we get part 2, there we go.
Maybe. Just.
Okay, so we want now to get his head framed a little better, something like this, right? Then his hand, let's get his hand somewhere more, like, yeah, like here maybe. Also, his hand doesn't need to be like this, clench fist. This hand could be already put in this position. Let's try to do something here, like what could be, yeah, this clench fist hand. I think it's not important anymore. Where, yeah, maybe he can himself put his hand in front of his lip, yeah, something like that. Yeah. See, good, not good, but I think interesting storytelling keyframes, just for some basic intentions, and that should do a lot to an economic approach. Here I don't have the fingertips to control this better. Yeah, let's keep this one. As for this, there's some huge horrible clipping there. I don't think I can prevent this easily with this. Okay, we can prevent it with this thing, right? Yeah, okay, let's use this. Then let's see, here we need to rotate the torso. It's okay, we can do this. This one, we're gonna keep things like this. I want to show his ear on that side a little, and okay, something like this, and then this hand may start. See the clipping. I know how to prevent this. We need to use the tweakers. So we're gonna address the tweakers here of these, just these ones, yes. And we're gonna keyframe, just need this one. Yeah, that's it. And now we can do something here maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's try something different. Okay, let's play this.
Maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe,
Maybe, okay, so he will,
maybe,
so we're gonna just bring this, yes, we're gonna start going up, but not with the torso, actually with the, is yeah, this is keyframe, moving forward, yeah, maybe. Let's do a twisting here. Flip this arm, this forearm, actually, yeah. The head, maybe moving down, rotating here a little, and then yeah, this is sort of an anticipation. Because it's an anticipation, we're gonna keyframe everything just in case, then because it can
maybe,
then
maybe, just
yeah, maybe. So about here we're gonna do another sort of an extreme where he would be. So now I've keyframed everything, right? So that means that doing this is won't cause any trouble. The face, I'd like to do it now, but there's too much complications for the current moment. So for the bones there and the panel, so that's why I prefer that to have the facial, uh, not the lip sync stuff, of course, but the facial spread directly on the face of the character, is what I'm used to. So um, this is just too confusing. You can just do this to check the facial expressions if the bones are in the way, right? So it's not a big deal for me. So anyways, so we got, yeah, we can do this, right? Yeah, also select all as a string. We could do something else here, but no, nothing, barely nothing shows here, so I don't care. So let's keyframe everything. Here, although there is this trick here, let's just reset and see. No, let's see if there's anything better. No, just keep like this. Okay, keyframe. Now, yeah, I don't want to keyframe the others, but apparently there's no other way.
Maybe, just maybe,
So you see, of course, facial expressions, but this is enough for me.
maybe,
Just so you see, going forward, down a little, then up, right?
maybe.
Up, yeah, up. Need to grab this, them together as down there.
Maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe, just maybe,
And here, let's see, just then we're gonna get again some other work here. Let's move the entire torso with this hand, something like this. Yeah. Here we can rotate. Yeah, the gaze, need to change that too, but this is dangerous to change the hand like this. It might not follow up, but in my experience that just works, so that should be fine. Yeah, that started working. Even tweak this even more for interest. Yeah. Why not? Let's play with this bone. Clipping the chin, but no one will see that. But that can avoid it. Maybe the mouth moving will make some clipping, but I don't think it will appear. So here.
maybe, just maybe.
Okay, then we need this hand, right? So maybe here, yeah, let's try some anticipation, like what he will be doing. Let's rotate the hand like this, maybe get, yeah, like pointing one finger, maybe. Let's see, I have like an idea. Starting to do this, right? And then here, okay, why not? His hand is in close of top of the tree. Let's see where we can place this. In the front, somewhere like this. Something that will be. I don't see the final color, so also let's change this, right? I think wrong keyframe here. I hate when that happens. Actually, was this? Yeah, it was just this one. And so to complete, we're gonna just leverage. So this could be a mechanical motion, right?
Maybe.
And that here, we're gonna keep going more to this direction out of the screen, which is kind of being sneaky. So, but we're gonna still, yeah, why not? Like, makes more sense. It's like the last part of the shot, right? So let's try to get something cool with, as long as not too much, right? There's a final intention, right? So, and it's still economical, right? Because it's just one small tweak here on the what is it? This, I guess, yes. Rx scale, right? Yeah, like, not sure it's clear enough, but we'll see during the interpolation. I think it will be a bit too fast here.
Maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe.
Okay, I think that works. It's though we could anticipate this a little. Not anticipate, yeah. Yep, he's eating his finger here. Let's change this. There. Yeah, so here we're gonna make some, for all these finger things, we're gonna make some breakdowner thing to make this faster to reach that other state.
Maybe, maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe.
Yes, like that works. Maybe it's not the best pointing thing, but I think maybe it is. No, let's see. Something like that. Open or closed. I think this is still better. Okay. Oops, wrong position here. Wrong one.
Maybe, just maybe, maybe.
I like it that it touches the glass, not touch, but in the framing here. Let's give this distance,
Maybe.
because then it will look like maybe that he's grabbing the glass. I don't want to give this idea. Although it will be good that you have some foreground thing on front.
Maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay, so now just the facial expressions. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically for this we're gonna get the face. Let's get like the, yeah, so this is our reference. We have the hands here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get all this that is working here. we want to,
maybe.
we're not gonna change the bro right now. Now, yes, we're gonna change. Okay, maybe do this. Let's find next frame. So here what we can do, no, not this. Okay, then
Maybe. Just maybe.
yeah, let's use this one and let's just reset here. Yeah. Maybe some variation. I don't like that we barely see his what can we do, right? It's not an int, so he's if you could just control the hair bangs, that would be helpful. But
Maybe.
it's also the color of the bro. Let's see what it looks like in render. Yeah, it's yeah. So anyways, it's hard to make Brandon's facial expressions because the bros, the glass, the design of the glass is in front of the bro, the design of the bro and the hair, and it's not, so it's not just the rig, it's like the entire design. So it's difficult. I think it could be revamped in the future because it's like sometimes it's even better not to touch it because you do a lot and you just can't get enough. So just a small observations here.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can get, but sometimes I happen to have even to bring the eyebrow to some ridiculous amount here just to have it appearing a little better. Yeah. Anyways,
Maybe.
and these bones here, yeah, I prefer that we had some more spline maybe to use this,
Maybe.
but
Maybe.
I need to see how the other animators are doing this because it's maybe they are using better than I. Certainly, some might be doing better in the eyebrow domain of Brandon, but like, oh yeah, this is nice. Okay,
Maybe. Maybe.
and here maybe I exaggerated a little. The motion here is cool, right? But the problem is that it doesn't show it's behind. Okay, and then on the shape keys of facial expression of um, sunset, for example, and Rainbow Dash, the shape keys of the lids and the brow and the eyebrow, they are binded together. This is actually, it's not the kind of thing that I originally expect from my own rigs, stylized cartooning, but in the end, it seems to be really helpful for the 3D animation process. Because right in the end, you're doing the rig for the 3D animation, nothing for nothing else. It's the purpose of the rig is the 3D animation. So if this is very interesting for me because if it weren't for this project of Brandon, right, and Rivera, if it was not for the participation of this project, I would have not been animating a lot of stuff like cartoon animated web series. Who would imagine My Little Pony? So, and those the Equestria girls, right? And actually here also Equestria boys, maybe. No, they are not exactly ponies. Bronies in some sense, but not ponies like in the storyline, I guess, at least. But anyways, the what we got here is that the Yeah, what was I talking about? Okay, we need the. I forgot about. Need to focus here. So got.
Maybe.
Yeah, the eyes, right? The eyes. The eyes. The eyes is somewhere. Yes, you see, it is that other panel that for some reason I messed it up. Yeah, moved accidentally. The I just need to find, yeah, this. Usually this stays enabled by default, but you don't want to see it all the time, because then if you're gonna keyframe stuff, you're gonna keyframe all this data is useless if there's no lip sync. Or so ideally I think that we want the expressions to be, like the facial expression stuff, to be separated from the lip sync ones, so that when we show them, so I like, so yeah, actually, now the problem is that this is not the rig. Not gonna go into the rig, but it's simple to solve. I just move this into like maybe face into the primary, and this in the secondary, right? That we split. This would maybe on the face, or yeah, maybe we need even another one. So it's tricky, right? Even the default rigify, there's not enough. We need to customize this. Yeah, so you need to have some thought about it and back and forth to get something that will value the workflow then in the end. Okay, so now we're gonna get more the facial expression, and I have to keyframe. Oops, not here. Not here. I'm gonna check. So I don't want to be looking. Is there anything I can hide here? The brows, I've made the brows, right? Yes, I still have the panel. Okay, this is good. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this one, so let's consider keyframes here. Okay, so now we need to get the lip sync, the last part, right? So let's go for 882. What we can do here? Okay, we're gonna just keyframe this for now.
Maybe.
Okay, let's try to. No, let's oh yeah, it's like it's more like this, right?
Maybe.
Let's do a. So here we make an exception, we set here and duplicate F here. There we go. Though there's this problem that when we do this, we need probably to also reset these others. Uh, yeah, let's keyframe these ones actually. But when we get here, we're gonna reset this, and here it seems to be working, but just in case it will be here, right? You have to reset this.
Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe.
I know, let's remove this one, doesn't seem to be helping.
Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, when he opens this, it's not very nice, right? Entirely, yeah, because actually we want Yeah. So something weird about the leads there, right? It's happening all the time in other rigs that I'm using Blitz Strike. It's like when just to make a blink, you have to make it neutralize the other bones. Otherwise, if they have it, this shouldn't be like that, right? So I'm not sure how to approach this in the ideal way. Like, okay, this thing is, hold on. It's annoying me to hell now because I'm not doing lip sync. Uh, the more I see animate in Blender, the more I see, sorry to say, how bad it is for animation or 3D animation. Like, not bad, it's how much improvement is actually need for workflow. And there are not a lot of there are a lot of stuff, but usually there are minimum details that apparently they weren't uh, they didn't notice, right? And it's normal. Okay, so we need. Okay, I'm gonna maybe reset this. Let's see. I'm just going visual stuff here, so I'm not really sure what is. Just one that looks
just
good. Okay,
maybe,
I think now it looks
maybe,
good. Oh yeah, this is the. It's not the dope shit. Okay, I should have.
just maybe,
Why don't we have? Okay, Brandon here.
just maybe, maybe, just,
Okay, here. Do you need anything? There's the.
just maybe,
Okay, so I'm gonna just try something here. So we're gonna get this. No, keyframe this, and then for the very end, we will like to maybe open the eye, like, and maybe more. Yeah, why not?
maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe,
Yeah, it's a bit too much, so we're gonna offset this. Too
just
fast, I mean.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe, just maybe,
this is good. Maybe just here.
just maybe,
So this is a different position that didn't exist for anything else, just for this interpolation here. Okay, the timing, no, the secondary action, but actually a primary action. And we need to, I'm not gonna change the, yeah, this might interfere with the lip sync.
maybe,
Yeah, so,
maybe,
yeah, so we're gonna
maybe,
change this. I don't know what it is. I think it is, yeah, this one. Okay, so keyframe that. And now we can go for the lip sync. So the lip sync is Vizim's, it's teeth, no, teeth are not showing, so face, okay. Vizim's, teeth, tongue, and this Brandon. So start with the neutral and keyframe everything here, right? Then Shift H, yeah, we can get this one. No.
maybe,
So actually, yes, we
maybe,
actually let's bring this. I mean, this way we can just look here. Okay, I'm gonna bring it. Oh, this is not good, right? What is this actually? Okay, let's do this again. We got this one. Oh yeah, it's the reset, of course. So we don't want to preserve this here.
maybe, just maybe,
So we're gonna get hold until here. Then we get here, we're gonna, this is interpolation, right? We're gonna, from here, we're gonna get, we can have this a single one for all this selection. Let's bring this here. It won't overlap because this is a melt expression. This is lip sync stuff. Neutral has nothing to do directly. All right, maybe so here I think maybe you start already here. Where's maybe yes. Insert keyframe, right? Maybe so we're gonna get from here is one. Insert keyframe. May yeah, so this will be, this is something that in the is in English language it's not very clear, like E and A and E, yeah, is the same here, so I don't like this, but yeah, we can probably cannot make another one. Maybe we can do from here. No, so it will be like we remove this and we try to get, like this will be a huge one, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, let's try this. So keyframe this. I'm gonna bring this here while these ones we're gonna bring here and keyframe. So maybe, yeah, all right. Maybe. And then we can, yeah, we can get this one again, right? Is the, we can also get it from here. Maybe this is will be a slow one, so I can just low intensity, just reproduce it here. Yeah, look how cool this is. Okay. And we gonna get some neutral here. See, I'm not rotating. See how fast this goes. It's not complicated. When things go smooth, of course, haven't checked, but oh, my FPS is very slow, right? Yeah, super low this is, but this is not a difficult one. It should work. Okay, we're gonna get here just this one. Just why this is not working? This is neutral. There's no interpolation here. Let's try again. Okay, should be interpolation, right? Yeah, there is. Okay. Just so is a sort of a low intensity of that, right? That the interpolation is not so interesting. So yeah, we're gonna still get this one. Okay. Yeah, so I don't like this interpolation. So I think the solution here would be to cheat. We're gonna get this one. We're gonna duplicate it fast on top of here. This one we're gonna break down here.
Just maybe.
Just, and here we're gonna use this one, maximum, and
Just
we're gonna continue.
maybe.
Maybe a little before, and from here, insert keyframe.
Just maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe.
We have some problem here on the
Just
mouth interpolation. This I'm not sure why this is happening, but we can solve this maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna break down this. Maybe no, it doesn't. I was doing this for the tongue, but at least the teeth are not clipping.
just
So
maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Just
I think this that I made is too long, right? We can just bring this more here. Okay.
just maybe. Maybe. Just maybe.
And here, maybe we're gonna get here a large one. Maybe.
Maybe.
Can we do something crazy here? Want to augment the A little, like cheating with the O. Okay, I think we can use this. Maybe.
Maybe.
Although it should be the opposite, right?
Maybe. 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 Maybe.
And we're gonna get maybe again. This will be a shorter one.
Maybe.
But I want again that low intensity saving here, here. Shift D, there. So this is why.
Just maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah, and we don't change. It will end like this. So this is weird.
Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Just maybe.
Great, great. Okay, so from this, it seems to be working. And now we gonna address Blitz Strike.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah, it's about time to do something. Yes, so I want to complete this shot here. Shot 09A. We just not sure I'll be able to do this. Just Blitz Strikes animation needed here, so we. But if he doesn't have lip sync here, so there's one thing less left remaining for Brandon, which is this eyes. The gaze is very important, right? And let's see. So I just need this. See.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Okay, so let's change here. he's thinking. Yeah.
Maybe.
Doesn't need to respect the
Maybe. Just maybe.
yeah, and then he turns back looking at him,
Maybe.
and here to the end it cannot, needs to keep. Okay.
Maybe. Just maybe.
I think here we can do different.
Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, just the problem is here, so um, let's try to duplicate here. Hold.
Maybe. Just
Yeah,
maybe.
I like this.
Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe.
That's interesting.
Just
That
maybe.
could be made in so very different ways, but I like this. It kind of works for simple animation. That sounds good. Okay, here we can hide this. Now we get blitz strike. So first thing first, let's make sure that we keyframe whichever we're gonna need. So his blitz strike is mostly like Brandon, is rigify, and the face, the lip sync is mostly the same setup. Well, yes, is there are some panel, but I've remade it in a different way, and I had to rig entirely, mostly, yeah. It was a pre-rig for, uh, and I had to okay. So and here I was already organizing this stuff, so I'm not gonna touch this stuff. I want the head though. We're gonna keyframe. Oh no, because yeah, we're gonna keyframe everything because it could cause some trouble in the previews. Yeah, so I'm gonna keyframe all that. Make sure nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. Okay, now we go back here and we keyframe everything. Okay. Now if I want, I can hide this stuff. So do we want this framing for him, or do we could get something more interesting? Yeah, why not? Like this is too close. This one is nice. Something like this. Yeah, I'm looking at the here, right? Okay, let's try this. What about rotation here? Yeah, just this. Yeah, it's like fake. The hand is on the chin this time. Or this mostly. And as for the head, oh yeah, I see where we can have some animation already. So is this good enough? No, there is this thing. Let's bring this asset in this spikes here closer, more interesting. I don't like how we don't barely see his neck there. Yeah, maybe we can do something different here. Yeah, we can change this position here. That might be better. About this one, yeah, like this. All right, this is good. And then let's also change here. And as for his gaze, because we are almost seeing his pupil. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat here. We want just a glimpse on that, even if yeah, I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna not change the facial expression. Let's play here.
Maybe, just maybe.
So we can just change some little things here. We could try like this. Like he's looking forward.
Maybe,
And then very end, maybe we can tilt on the other direction, why not? Then the head can also, yeah, this is the final shot, so what could be the final, yeah, looking like here, okay, and the hand, let's see, let's look at this, all right, let's see if there's any clipping, no, that's fine. And then the gaze again. Now we see a little more. Can change here, but for this one, let's see. This keyframe here. Okay, duplicate F. There we go. Let's try something here. Does it make sense? That no, doesn't make sense. Okay.
maybe, just maybe, just maybe.
Okay, that is enough, but there's this clipping there which we need to fix. I can just do maybe no, something about the hand. Yeah, to revise. Yeah, there it is. I think this is a tweaker bone can fix it for now, but this also can help. Yeah, I need to here. Yeah, no one will see this, but we can improve it nonetheless. Still there. Yeah. Okay, it's no more.
Maybe, just maybe, just maybe, just maybe, just maybe.
I prefer that the arm did something else, but okay, like this. Yeah. Then the clipping reappears, right? Yeah, I think this works.
Maybe, just maybe, just maybe.
And maybe another less tilt on the maybe not tilt, but why not maybe a rotation? The head doesn't really have. Okay, let's keyframe here and also keyframe here. And maybe on here we could try something different. Now it will look like he's not paying attention. So instead, let's make him look in that direction, like away from the camera. Just a little like this. And then we want to solve this clipping. I think it's just a wave paint problem. There are some part of the mesh is super complicated. There I have to simplify. So there is something part of the cloth that goes inside it, like the glove, something like this. It is inside, and so it can be resolved, not too complicated. Uh, Probably just for yeah, I see here. Maybe this can be solved also with some tweaker bones. Yeah, but let's try this for now. That should be fine. Yeah. Okay, let's play this. Is that the last frame indeed? Yes.
Maybe, just maybe, just maybe.
And that's it, folks. So this is economical animation sort of for 3D web series. So here we got, you see, it's not a lot of inputs, no exaggerations, just going straight. This was like two characters, right, being animated with one doing lip sync, various relatively simple but not so still tricky, right, intentions for acting.
Maybe, just maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, there's a. It was good to revise. So apparently there's some wrong tweaking of the hand here for Blitzstrike. Yeah, when I was fixing here. It's not a bad move, but it's too fast, so it's not what I did it to prevent clipping, and then it was not good, right? So let's try to bring it here. Not sure this is gonna work, right? And if I change the here, can end up with different problems. Because they are start to move in wrong way. So the best thing here thing would be to just try to prevent this rotation here. So I'm gonna break down this, right?
Just maybe,
No, not good.
just maybe, just maybe, just
Yeah, I think simplifying here.
maybe,
Yeah,
just maybe.
I'm still clipping. Okay, I'm done with this clipping. Let's just do the tweak at once. That should solve the should, right, in the easiest wrong arm. I'm gonna pick this. Usually is not necessary. It's the same as the hand, I guess. Yeah, so this is garbage. We just need this and the hand itself, and maybe want this one. Okay, so I'm gonna do this keyframing. Then as we sense clipping we can try to solve. So here already there's some clipping. Try to do this here. Define this, right? No more clipping here. Okay, no more clipping. So apparently this thing solved, of course, because it keeps like that until the very end. All right. So though we might have to remember on the next one to reset those two because then they could. What is this? Yeah, I'll do that later. Okay, I'll just keep this for now. Let's replay.
Maybe, just maybe,
Now the
maybe,
hand doesn't
just
click
maybe,
wrongly.
maybe, just maybe, maybe.
Yes, there are some curious actions that maybe micro actions that like it's not. I don't think it's particularly good like for a low feature film, but that still works for economic animation. Like they might not have a great intention nor a great physics to them or great purpose, but it's some kind of motion that helps to compose character. So in the end, I think this works, especially for this approach of economic animation. So I think it's nice to have something that occasionally it's part of art, right? Something happens occasionally, unexpectedly, and oh, this is new. This sounds interesting. And
Maybe,
then
just maybe, maybe, just maybe, maybe.
and of course, with experience, the artists usually when those things happen, on occasion they sometimes they are better than anything else that the artist could achieve mentally, right?
Just maybe,
So
maybe, just
it's the thing is the artist to know when to take advantage of those
maybe, maybe,
happenings
just maybe,
and how to make them better when they happen. Yeah.
maybe, just maybe.
Okay, so this concludes this shot. I wanted to calculate how much time this is. So this is just actually, it's 36, 39. Wow, 39, yeah. So it's actually almost 3 seconds, right? Yeah, it's like 2 seconds and a half that were animated in the past couple hours, sort of, with a lot of in a stream where I talk all the time. So, besides the fact I was cleaning up these previous shots, lip sync, right? So actually, it was a bit more than that. But let's say that yeah, this is like with two characters, one acting more than the other. But so this was 3 seconds, like we could say in 1 hour, maybe 3 seconds of animation, limited animation. This is very, very interesting, right? And the most important thing, right, besides that, is that this corresponds to a complete shot, a mini shot, of course, but still. So now we got shot 9, shot 0, yeah, shot 9A, and this limited animation started here, this process, and now I can jump to shot 10, which we don't have it started. I'm not gonna even touch here, but it will be the continuation of this speech, right? Let's just play everything here.
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend.
Also here, let's change this to random. No, here. Just to have a variation, right, of stuff to look at. And here we can also use this. Okay, we changed the tool, all right.
You happen to
Let's
have a glorious.
hold on. Let's go back.
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunset Shimmer. You happen to have a glorious relationship with Rainbow. maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to
Yes.
impress sunset women that are
Okay,
doing
this is
impressive
working. I'm
people.
satisfied
I need some help.
for
What's the
this.
flip? You're a big fan of sunset shipper. You happen to have a glorious relationship with Rainbow. Maybe, just maybe, you
So
might.
this mini shot we did here,
Maybe
the extension of this mini shot is almost the same of this one that I
you
made
happen to have a glorious
uh,
relationship with Rainbow.
previously
Maybe, just
offline.
maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to impress sunset women.
So here probably we're gonna reposition their roots. It's not that the layout is wrong, it's that because I posed them, their T-pose was there, got ruined. So I need to check on the original. I could also reset. No, I don't want to reset. So I need to check the video with the layout where this works, right? Where I know exactly what there's. That's why um, this method is not so good. There's this flaw, right? I would prefer. So the thing is that the 3D layout is much better if the characters are not in T pose; they're already in a good pose. So this was something I left in the T pose, right? But because it was the first time I was doing this peculiar 3D layout for a limited 3D animation, right? So it also serves the purpose to economize animation
Just
and camera motion and everything, right? And the interaction between the framing and the characters and the assets. All these matters for making good, interesting animation, but also economical animation.
maybe you might be able to potentially give me.
And this is not so economical, but it's not. I'm not going too fancy and everything. I'm just getting some intentions, basic intention, a bit more sometimes, and that's it. And that you see
Maybe,
it can be done
just
pretty fast.
maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to impress sunset women that are doing impressive.
So this is a longer shot. It shot 10, but this is just one character that will be looking. Nothing to. She'll be more hidden than that. Maybe I can make her. Yeah, we can do a lot of crazy stuff here, but we're gonna stick to simple stuff, right? Rainbow Dash will be maybe she's behind this thing, then she goes here like a snappy, uh, because this is something I'm gonna use later on. It's not in the layout though. The layout with T-pose is pure garbage. So I mean, not the one that I done, but it's very bad 3D layout with T-pose. It's uh, it sounds lazy, right? It's not good. So next layouts I'm preparing are to be with the already good posing, which is takes much longer time, but it I think it pays off because then we get rid of this problem that now I don't know what the 3D layout was telling me because I'm building right the blocking, unblocking the animation right from the 3D layout and yeah, it's annoying to have to open a video of the layout just to check what and compare it. It's not. If they were already keyframed with the pose, I not only I probably would have already reused that pose for the 3D animation, but it will be already a good pose here, even if not matching with the previous one, but individuated. It will be ready to animate from this shot without any problem, right? Okay, so here,
You might be able to potentially give me tips on how to impress sunset women
so here we also Blitz Strike is not speaking,
that are doing impressive people.
and also Brandon can be has his back not looking towards the camera, so I don't need to lip sync this entire shot.
Potentially give me tips on how to impress sunset women that are doing impressive people.
Wow, yeah, so that tell this is not economic animation. Why lip sync this, right? It's like we get at 6 minutes, I guess, right? Yeah, about 44. this goes to 24 frames. So this is like more than, yeah, 20, 45 and a half, sort of a bit more. Yeah, it's like 39, it's like 6 seconds of economized lip sync. No one else is talking, so it's just this strike maybe barely appears here. And yeah, a little posing should be Brandon the most one, and maybe her because she's an interesting position here, positioning, right? And could be what they are doing is not interesting, so this is why maybe it's her time to flourish here and do something.
You might be able to potentially give me tips on how to impress Sunset with a woman I already knew in personal bubble. I need some help.
Yeah.
Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunset Shimmer. You happen to have a glorious relationship with Rainbow. Maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to impress Sunset with a woman I already knew in personal bubble.
Yeah, so what I imagine that she's hidden here. Maybe you appear she's looking, although, oh, maybe actually not from, there's the bush, but not hiding from us, but hiding from them. Yeah, so maybe she appears here first and then she snaps cartoonistically. This is something I need to still investigate how to achieve this in, in this matter of 3D animation, but I think it works and should work. So she'll be here first. You see the 3D layout's not working here. They need to make multiple poses in the same shot also to get some intentions. This I hadn't planned. I haven't planned before. So yeah, so change to the 3D layout here a little, right? Here, then she vanishes and quickly appears here. And then I don't know. Yeah, that should be sufficient. So this I'll remember from memory. I'm not gonna take notes. So here, to complete this, I'm just going to render a whip for Brandon here of what was achieved. So it will be, yes. So it will start here. So I'm gonna get render play blast here. Yes. And you're not seeing what's going on. Let's show this all screen here. I can see what's going on. So it's, yeah, it's rendering a playback blast. And that will be it for today, folks. As I'm processing this, I'm gonna send this daily whip to Brandon. Yesterday I didn't. It's the weekend, right? Saturday I didn't couldn't work on the project, but usually I work every day a little in this moment, but more now I need to work a lot more, and this is the beginning. Exactly when I'm shifting, right? I already shift from more complex animation to this limited animation method style, right? Which is much more, I think, adequate for this project web series. And there are lots of ways, not just animation, but there are a lot of ways to have. Let's visualize the play blast. How do you see the play blast from here? I think it's control.
I need some help.
Yeah,
Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunset Shimmer. You happen to have a glorious relationship with Rainbow.
now it's good.
Maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to impress
Yeah,
Sunset with a
it's
woman I already knew in personal
yeah, it's
bubble.
just fine.
I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunset Shimmer.
Okay, folks. So that was it for today. Thanks for watching. Hope that was inspiring, and maybe this will also give some insight for other animators, whether animators that are working on the project. Hello, fellows, if anyone is watching, and animators or wannabe animators, whoever artists, whoever that is not from the project, right? Of Brandon's. Equestria Girls 3D animation web series. fanfic of My Little Pony. And what else? What else? Something important. Yeah, so I'm not sure I'm gonna be doing this all day. No, no. I need to work more offline, but eventually I'll bring another one of those workflows on my YouTube channel here. Um, so I'll try to, maybe I'll do this on weekends. I don't know. I need to decide a new plan for this because I think it's important to do this on YouTube on occasion. So that's why I should take care. Happy blendering. Have a nice new week to come. See ya, folks.